I'm Andrew Davis. I'm here with two hats on this afternoon. One is with my NACE hat on. I'm on the board of management for NACE, but also my day job. I'm the head teacher of a primary and nursery school in Shropshire. It's important that we look at equality of access. We do surveys with parents. We find very effective because it pings to their phone. There's different companies which provide surveys, and parents can give an instant response. And what we have found in the school, by sending a simple survey out, which goes to their phone, we get 50% of responses within 5 minutes because parents carry the phones. If we send an email response format, it could take us several weeks to get the response. And by doing that, it's more like an up-to-date record of what children need different devices. Last week we sent one out, and when we found out it's just a key worker children coming in, and just 10 of our parents said they requested some laptops, or we got some 4G cards here. So we were able to quickly distribute them to the families. We've had a few laptops, as some schools will have had from the DFE, but we've also got some redundant machines here which haven't been used for a while, so we've revamped some of the netbooks, stripped them down, and made those widely available for parents to make sure there's equality for all. So I think that's the biggest thing as well. With our teaching, we're talking about blended learning. And we've had lots of conversation, well, what is blended learning? So it's a mixture of written resources, digital resources. So we've tried, as though we were in school, to give children experiences at both. I think if it's all on the screen, they're watching the screens 3-4 hours a day, which for their eyesight alone can't be too good. So we've tried to give them a wide range of different resources as well, even trying out different sort of PE exercises and activities. So it's just something slightly varied. There's a range of resources we use, and we use them for different reasons. I think it's important, we've got to consider staff well-being at this time as well. I think expecting teaching staff to actually fulfill the home learning, as well as having children in school, as well as monitoring, assessing, keeping up to date, tracking progress, it's quite something to ask any teacher. So we've tried to use different resources which will help us monitor and track children's progress. I'll just mention one or two we use as a school. One is called Learning by Question, LBQ. And we found that's quite innovative in its way of assessing children, moving children on, prompting children. And we started to use that 12 months ago. And just catering for the needs of different children in the classroom. So daily, our children are set an LBQ activity, which we put onto. I've always been one for learning platforms. Many years ago, 20 years ago, Peter, you remember that we used to use learning platforms in school. I'm one of the old-fashioned people who've kept the learning platform going. And now we actually think there's a real way. We've got forums, we've got blogs within the classes. Teachers can set tasks. Also linked to that, we use other popular resources, such as Purple Mesh, Education City Espresso, just to name a few. But we'd like to dip in, dip out of them, to try and make the learning experience of children as exciting as we can. We also use national programs provided by the BBC and other sort of companies who are producing programs as well. Because if we're in a classroom, we were trying to keep the learning varied for the children. We wouldn't use the same thing day in, day out. Now and again, we dip into the white rose maths, for example, set them activities. Other days, we might use a different resource. And we've tried to keep learning fun for the children. And my staff have turned around to me and said, actually, so what's the learning going to be like? As long as they're engaged, as long as the children at home need to follow the same as in school, so you can monitor what's actually happening. But on the other hand, we do have to try and make it as fun as exciting. Because for all these children at home, it is rather stressful, and stressful for their parents as well, as we know.